We can't get away with average anymore. Thanks to AI writing tools like Chat GPT and so many others, everybody is going to sound a little bit more polished now. Because there's going to be so much better content out there, it puts an even higher value on personality-packed good conversion copy, and that is something you're completely capable of doing. Hello, if we've not yet met, my name is Ashlyn Carter. I am founder of Ashlyn Writes, a creative copywriting boutique agency, as well as the Copy Bar, a copywriting template shop, and I am crazy passionate about helping you be the best dang conversion copywriter for your creative small business possible, and doing that in the most efficient means as possible. I am a mom of two, pregnant with my third. In my business, I cannot give an inch of my time if I'm not going to see ROI back from it. That's why I've been using AI writing tools for a long time. This video is part 2 of an AI writing series that I'm doing. And in this video specifically, you're going to learn how to get started with Chat GPT. I'm talking from the moment you start to sign up all the way to how to optimize the chatbot and drive it like the Ferrari that it is. Then I'm going to give you 7 prompts that you can plug in today and go ahead and get started. Hit like if you're ready for this, and while you're down there, hit subscribe and the bell next to it so you'll know when part 3 of this 3-part video series releases. And go ahead and pocket about 15 to 30 minutes, because after this video, you're going to want to have your little fun beverage and play around a little bit in Chat GPT. Hot take, but people that don't like it don't quite know how to max out its use, and that's what I want to show you. By the way, look down below and grab your freebie. I have an entire list of a couple of hundred Chat GPT prompts that I think you'll love. All right, let's get into the sign up process itself. To sign up for Chat GPT, you're just going to go to the website. Once you're there, you're going to choose a subscription plan. Now, free is awesome. I can get by for a long time on the free version. I actually just recently upgraded. It's about $20 a month, or was when I signed up. What I've been telling people and students inside my membership, the Copy Bar Collective, is go free. You'll get very far if you really are feeling bougie and would like to do the $20 a month thing. It's just a little bit faster. You're also going to get access to the new plugins as they drop them, that kind of thing. So pick your plan, try it. If you don't see any benefit, then just cancel. After you choose your subscription plan, you will make an account using your email address and password, and you are in. Well, you'll need to verify your email, and then you're in. This is what the interface looks like. It can be a little bit daunting, which is why I'm going to, in the rest of this video, talk about how you can optimize this and kind of organize your workspace. And I'm going to give you some prompts that you can go ahead, copy, paste, and pop them in so you can start to see kind of what responses you can get back. Let's go ahead and do that. This is how to optimize the chatbot. On a late night Twitter scroll, I found this quote from Nicholas Cole and loved it. He said, "All these Chat GPT 4 threads are a joke. The best prompts are not one sentence. That's like having a Ferrari and driving at 5 miles an hour." Bingo. I didn't think this tool was all that in a bag of chips at first when I started playing with it. I thought it was pretty lame and wrote bad stuff. Now I have souped it up and taught it how to do certain things, and I've got, like I'm going to show you, a lot of organizational tools installed, and so I have it operating as a dashboard for me, and I'm able to get in there and do some pretty fantastic things. But until I set all that up, I thought it was really dumb. Like I said in part 1 of the series, that whole play stupid games, win stupid prizes thing is true. If you can give this tool better inputs, you're gonna get better outputs. If you give AI vague info, you're gonna get vague info back. Okay, here's 5 little hacks that I have for you on optimizing ChatGPT. The first thing, treat ChatGPT like you would a little intern or a employee on your team. Congratulations, you have an intern on your team now. Go you. If you're giving that person instructions on something, you wouldn't just give one sentence and then walk away or get super frustrated and they can't answer that. You have to give it a little more input. It's the same thing with this. Explain what you need it to do. Explain why you need it to do this. Give it a little set of guidelines. I'm going to pop some examples up over the side. One pro tip I have for you is always ask, do you understand? Does this make sense? Do you have any questions? That leads into my second tip. I got better at ChatGPT the more I watched dozens of hours of tutorial videos, and I started to understand how to talk to this thing. That's why I've included extra ChatGPT resources inside the Copy Bar Collective membership, because I want you to see how talking to this thing or typing to this thing can help you generate better stuff back. Give it one task at a time, and then ask clarifying questions on that if you need to. Remember, it's like you're hand holding a little college intern here. And I'm going to put a set of phrases up over the side, but if you can start to get comfortable with talking to it, you're going to see better results. Here's a list of some of the ways that I have talked to the machine beyond just the prompt or the task that I needed it to do. That sounds cheesy. Can you re-say that? I like this. I don't like that. Pause. I need you to stop. Let me flip the camera around and show you how in the middle of when you're telling it something, if it's giving you bad input back, how you can stop it and readdress the question. Right now, I'm including information to tell ChatGPT to help me write a job description that basically I want it to do and function as, but I realized while I was writing the job description or giving it info that I wanted to include a list of the deliverables that I wanted to help me come up with. So let's see, continue. Okay, so when it's going and I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot to add that. I'm going to click stop generating. You used to have to like hit something else, but now you click that. And then I'm going to say add these deliverables into the job description. And I had that list, and now I'm going to click enter, and it should, okay, so now it's going to rewrite it, and boom, now it's including those. So I hit stop generating a lot because I feel like I'm in the middle of something. It's like not quite what I wanted, or I forgot to include something that will help it a lot. So be sure that you hit that button a good bit. Number 3, stay organized and thread your chat. So when you have a new topic or conversation or research project going on, start a new chat. And then down the side, label those as much as you can so you can remember when to go to it. The way I like to think about it, it's my junior little copywriting team. So even if it helps you to give them cheesy names, I have one is Bitsy because like a bite, get it? If you can name them and organize them down the side and know what each conversation was about, then you're going to be a lot more organized and able to go back. That's also helpful here with tip number 4 I have. You're going to need somewhere in your business, I'll tell you some tools that I have for this, where you've got entire snippets copy or ready to be copy and pasted, whether that is descriptions about your voice or the persona or a product description and what that offer is, who it's for, an audience description, because when you're training your little bots that you have on the side, you're going to need to copy and paste and chunk this information in. Here's who I need you to create this social media calendar for. Here's the target audience of this YouTube channel or this podcast that I need you to help me create a content outline for. It's going to be a whole lot easier if you don't have to type that out every single time. Copywriting for creative students of mine, no worries, brush your shoulder off because you have all of this inside your brand voice style guide that we write. If you don't have a document that has your voice all comprised and in one kit and caboodle, then make sure you look down below. I've got a couple of resources on that. I've also saved little snippets about like the bio of my business or our different offers, our offer stack. I've saved those in what we call our company guidebook in Asana. I've done a video on how I created that. I'll link it down below. And number 5, if AI gives you the wrong input back, you probably gave it the wrong output. And so don't be afraid to tweak and ask the question a few different ways or add parameters. Sometimes it's easier to ask broad and then zoom in, and sometimes it's easier to go ahead and go tight, and then if it's too niche, too tight of a question, you can broaden it out. Sometimes you might need to workshop a prompt like 5 to 10 times before you get what you want, but it's still worth it. In short, if you're not quite sure what to ask for, then how can you expect the robot to give you the answer back that you need? This is one reason that whole the robots are going to take over our jobs. It just doesn't jive with me. I talked more about that in the last episode where I give 5 reasons that you have superhuman powers as a human that the AI bots don't have. So if you can use this like a tool in your toolkit and be very sharp with it, you're going to be that much more of a bad mammer jammer. All right, let's get to the playing in the sandbox part. These are 7 prompts that you can go ahead and start using today right after you watch this video, or you can pause as we work through now that you have your account created and see what kind of answers you get. As a reminder, I walked through 3 prompts in my last video, so you can watch those. These are 7. If you want that full list, go ahead and look below and grab your freebie. Number 1, start with the basics. Ask it about your business. This is fascinating, and I think you will learn a lot about how to use the tool and what all it can do, its robust capabilities, and its errors. Yes, that is important to note. ChatGPT is not foolproof. You need to fact check this sucker. You're going to start to understand that and see that when you ask it to tell you about your own business. So if you've got a digital footprint of any kind out there, go ahead and ask it. I'll put the prompt copy over on the side. Perfect example of this. I've asked it this a few different ways, a few different times, and it always tells me I have been featured in Business Insider. Fake news, I have not, at least not yet, but that's what I mean. Overall, though, for the most part, it gets it right. So that's the first prompt. You got to start there because I think that will give you the most bang for your buck as far as understanding the tool. Number 2, another great thing to do is explain it like I'm 5, or explain it, I usually say, like I'm a 3rd grader. Obviously, you can use this for your business. Explain to me a self-liquidating offer funnel. Explain to me how ChatGPT 3 is different from ChatGPT 4. But adding on the caveat, and do it like I am 12 years old. So helpful. Number 3, let's get into a copywriting specific prompt. Ask it to write about 100 words on a product of yours in a specific copywriting framework or formula. If you've got your hands on the Copy Bank kit, then you know what I'm talking about. I have 19 different copy formulas in there. Let's go with a really basic one, AIDA, attention, interest, desire, action, right? AIDA for this offer of mine, and do this in 100 words. You can do this with any copywriting framework or formula you know that's out there. You could even use the PARIS framework that I talk about. Yes, ChatGPT knows it's out there and it knows the steps of it. So that's a good one. Number 4 prompt, you could ask it to make a social media calendar. This is something I experimented with recently. I'll flip the camera around so you can see. What I'm doing is trying to work with Chat GPT to create some kind of a publication schedule. A lot of times it's hard for me to see the forest for the trees, and we get prompts all over the place, but sometimes I just can't put it together. So what I'm doing is I'll show you the original input that I put in. It was right here. I need help crafting a social media calendar and schedule. I'd like to post 5 to 6 times a week in the following formats. And then I gave it a basic snapshot of what I want it to do. I'd also like to post on LinkedIn and repurpose all reels to YouTube Shorts, 3 stories a day as well. Can you help with a day-by-day publication? What I've gotten is not bad. I'm having a hard time getting it to understand that I want randomly 2 days selected for LinkedIn. So I'm trying to work with it right now on that. Okay, rewrite to show 2 days, including a LinkedIn post. Use what you know about optimized days to post on LinkedIn. Actually, let's ask it, what are the most optimal days of the week to publish content to LinkedIn, and tell me what format of post on LinkedIn is currently getting the most engagement. Let's see what we get here. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay. Please rewrite, the above content calendar schedule to include a LinkedIn post on Tuesday and another one on Thursday. Okay. Here we go. So now we're getting somewhere. Next thing I'm going to do to give it some more information is I'm going to include a long laundry list of all sorts of ideas that I have for posts that I know we need to cover, things about our agency that we need to promote, like client work. I need to talk about different products on different days. So I'm going to throw a long list in here. I'm not going to record for the sake of time, but that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to ask it to build out a 30-day schedule for this. Let me pause and also show you the prompt that I'll use so you can use it too. This is in the freebie download below this video. This over here is a good prompt that you can use. I would also follow up with parameters. I would like to every week publish 1 piece of portfolio work, 1 piece of user-generated content, stuff like that, any parameters that you can have around that, but this is a good starter prompt. Number 5, this one is money. I got this tip from my friend Brittany Long. I've asked it to analyze my schedule and give me a suggestion in 30-minute increments of how I should use the rest of my day. So I'll say I have these 3 things that I have to do. They're each going to take an hour and a half, or 30 minutes, whatever it is each. I would also like to have 2 chunks where I have 30-minute moments to go check in on my team, and it is 9:45 while I'm looking at the clock now. I need to be wrapped up and done with work by 4:30 p.m. Can you give me my day in 30-minute increments? Love that. Number 6, analyzing a piece of copy for the voice, the structure, the tone, and asking it to rewrite or rework a piece of copy in that tone. This is one of the most basic, helpful tips you can use. Every month I load up our members of the Copy Bar Collective with some type of AI prompt they can use. And this was actually the first month because it is so stinking helpful. If you're trying to figure out, are you sounding like you want to sound, or what is it about this brand's voice that I like so much, I can't put my finger on it, so can you help me discern what that is so I can start to sound like this in my copy? Unbelievably helpful. And number 7, it's completely non-related to copywriting, asking it for snack and meal suggestions. options. I need a pork tenderloin crock pot recipe using rosemary that can cook in the next 6 hours because I forgot to turn the crock pot on. Can you give me 20 different healthy snack options for a 4-year-old? Can you give me 10 different suggestions of good snacks for during your workday to keep my energy up? It's like Google, but better. Congratulations, you're now equipped with the know-how on how to sign up for Chat GPT and how to optimize your experience by treating it like a digital intern. And with these 7 prompts in your pocket, you can start generating text like a pro. Happy Chat GPTing. By the way, Chat GPT wrote that outro. Not too bad. Don't forget to look down below to grab the full freebie of prompts. Now that you've seen how to get started with Chat GPT, be sure to watch the first video in this series where I hop into more what are the consequences of AI for the creative industry and what superpowers do you have AI doesn't, that kind of thing. Thanks so much for watching. As always, here's to working from a place of more rest, less hustle, and I'll see you in the next video, part 3.